So here we have a pair of Nike Vomeros, and this is one of those trainers that I actually didn't buy for myself. I bought from my brother. However, the sizing that they had on the website was completely off, and I was expecting it to be the American sizing, but it happened to be women's sizing. So I ended up with a trainer in my size, and so therefore I thought I'd review them and just give them my take on them, I guess. And the Vomero line with this particular Vomero 5 was originally released in 2016, and this is the Plum Eclipse colorway. And it's a running shoe at the end of the day, so that's what originally it was made for. And a lot of the time at that point, a lot of these sneakers had, this style of shape where the midsole is quite sort of small, and it's more for sort of running and impact protection as well. So the aim was to kind of keep the shoe as light as possible. And it's probably described as a 2K runner as well, and seems to be one of the more popular 2K runners at the moment. So with the details, this comes in a Plum Eclipse, black, pink Oxford, earth reflective silver. And these colours are obviously represented on the sneaker itself. It has the silver running underneath the mesh panel. It's got the sort of 3M reflective. You probably can't see that, but on this toe box it's got the reflectiveness, and same at the back on the ankle collar. So I can't see any other places where it reflects shades apart from these silver panels that's going on here. But overall the sneaker does have a kind of, gives that sort of 3M vibe. And these have Zoom Air units in the heel and also in the forefoot. So that's one of the cool things about this particular trainer, and it feels quite nice on foot for that reason. And also the Cushlon midsole, it feels super soft on feet, and it's probably one of the nicer Y2K models to come out and be popular and be sort of very, very comfortable. And the upper is pretty much made of all synthetic materials. I don't think the leather panels that are used on here are premium or anything like that, but it's not like it feels horrible, but the overall construction is very much on trend with a Y2K runner or a runner itself, because the aim was to make them lightweight. And the price for these are £145. So with the comfort and sizing, I think these are on the soft to medium side, like I said. And I think it's probably the nicest sneaker apart from, say, the 1906R, in my opinion, to wear or for using as a everyday shoe. And you can walk in these for miles and miles, and they'll feel nice on feet. And it's up for one of few pairs as well, and the outsole doesn't seem to wear down that quickly either. And I just find them really, really nice on foot as well. And they seem to sort of turn heads as well. It's one of those sneakers that people just love the look of as well, because it's quite busy as well. And these have really good neutral support around the arch as well, so you can probably see in here it's contoured to your foot, and obviously made as a runner, so it needs to support the arch. And no wearing time with these, they're pretty much perfect out of the box, and the more you wear them, the more nicer they feel, the more they sort of break in and become sort of looser in this area, so definitely sort of recommend them in that respect. And true to size does work for these. This one's true to size. Sometimes I'll go up half a size on mesh runners, especially if they're women's sizes, like a lot of the Vomeros are. And some pairs I've had problems where I've had like issues with my sort of pinky toe area and slightly sort of on the forefoot upper area here. But with this pair, I haven't felt that, and a few other pairs that recently come out, I haven't felt that. Most of the ones that I did was the earlier Vomeros that came out, such as the Photon Dust colorway. And this has really good traction as well, so it's got the classic Nike waffle pattern on the forefoot and also on the heel, and this just works really, really well in my opinion, especially with this particular sneaker. It feels quite sort of rugged and quite sort of grippy as well on feet. So with the look and style, this one's a bit of an odd one really. It's got more of a sort of wintry colours on it, and you don't really expect that with this particular trainer. I think with this one the colours work well, and I'm not too much of a fan of like having the pink colour, but I think with the brown sort of hues on here, what they're calling plum, I think it kind of sets off quite nicely and doesn't feel too intrusive. And like I say, it's got sort of these 3M reflective panels, which you can't sort of see here, and even if I turn the light off, I don't think you still won't be able to see it because the camera doesn't catch that, but it's definitely on there and it does look cool. And it's a good one to wear sort of spring, summertime in my opinion. I think with this one, obviously if you're wearing in autumn, winter, it's a mesh runner, so you are going to get a lot of cold coming through the sneaker, but if you can cope with that, then you can pretty much sort of wear these any season really because of the colourway. And with Vomeros in general, this is a good sort of casual sneaker. I wouldn't really be wearing these smart casual. It takes a certain kind of person to sort of pull that off, but that's not me. And it comes with these sort of brown laces, and I think these have got 3M on them as well, but you can definitely put in some black ones as well, and also even try sort of pink in there. So with the final thoughts, I love the wintry colourways on this, and I like the browns on it. Not so much a fan of the pink, but the pink's quite muted. And with the Vomero, it's a very sort of lightweight trainer, so I find it very nice on foot and seems to work well. And you know, at the end of the day, they're a very comfortable sneaker, so you can't go wrong with a pair of these. And again, just sort of highlighting the 3M on the upper. I actually think the swoosh has a 3M on it as well now that I'm looking at it on the light, and so that's a cool touch, and I think it will kind of sort of spark quite nicely in the night. So with the cons, I think the cost at £145 is a lot of money. However, with this one, you know, I managed to grab them myself for like £73. And I guess the colourway isn't for everyone, so, and that includes myself as well. But you know, if you can find an appropriate way to dress these, and I think that, you know, you can pull them off quite nicely, and they do look kind of cool and quite sort of unique. So with the ratings, I give the look and style a 5 out of 5. I think the way the colour scheming is on this one, even though it's a dark one compared to sort of other traditional Y2K runners, I think it works on this one. And the comfort, I'm going to give that a 5 as well. I think for me, you know, Vomeros are one of the most comfortable sneakers. And the quality, I'm going to give that a 4. I think for me, it's one of those sneakers that the materials on here aren't the greatest, and you know, I think that should be reflected in the mark. And the pricing as well, I'm going to give that a 4. I think £145 is a lot of money for a runner at the end of the day, even if it's got a nice amount of tech in there. I still think it should be lower in price. And even though the Vomeros are popular, I still see them sort of sitting quite a bit as well. So I imagine, you know, a lot of people will wait for the sales to come on. And that's why overall I give the score a 4 out of 5. I think for me, for it to be a perfect sneaker, I think, you know, the colour scheming has to be, you know, sort of spot on. And not much you can do about the quality of the, you know, the materials that are being used. But it's still a, you know, a solid pair. And you know, if you're in the market for, you know, a pair of these and want something different to the standard sort of white, silver kind of black colours, then this is a good option.